Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning. I don't have to talk near it. My name is Angela Fagg with Messengers of Truth, and I'm making this real quick video because approximately an hour ago, first let me tell you what time it is. Brought the phone again this time. Yeah. Alright, it's good enough. You can pause it if you want to see more of it. So about an hour ago, I was sitting here. We had just got back from being out all morning and everything, and I was sitting here watching some YouTube videos, and I watched this guy, what is his name?
Jason A.
Jason A. And he always does a lot of compilation videos, and so I decided that I would play it because it actually made me mad. He didn't make me mad. He did a great job at this compilation video. My point being is the situation made me mad. And it made me mad for the simple fact is I'm sick and tired of the bullshit, okay? I'm sick and tired of people acting like they're smarter than you because they got all these degrees or because they got money and you should just listen to them and whatever. The fact of the matter is our world is dying. You understand? With the shit they've been spraying in the air, okay? Everybody, oh, it's not a big deal. It's this, it's that. You can literally look back in history, and I think it was like 1957 was the first red tide bloom here in Florida. I found that at Thomas Edison and Ford Estate that I went to. We're going to go back there so I can take the pictures because it was on the wall, and I didn't think about taking that picture. So anyways, I thought that was very interesting. That was also after the Nazi scientists were brought here that didn't die in Nuremberg. Okay? So they've been spraying all this shit for God knows how long because we don't know. They can show you paperwork, but we've already seen with what Doge has gone through that they've been fixing paperwork, as in whoever these fucks are, fixing the paperwork so they can lie more and take all of our money as you assholes are out there sitting here bitching about tariffs. Oh, I'm not going to be able to get my Gucci bag. One little thought. Did you think we don't make shit in America anymore? Why do products fall apart so quick? Because it's not made in America. So I'm watching this video and it's just pissing me off. I started yelling at the TV because these fucking assholes on the TV are like, oh, well, we don't, it's the algae blooms and blah, 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 blah. Not talking about all the other shit that they've put out in the water, including what Biden administration did to the Nord Stream oil line. And God knows how many, because the news wouldn't report on it. But God, you let some asshole who traffics kids or beats his fucking wife. But we could put that all over the news. But let's not talk about the gallons and gallons and gallons of oil that was put by the Biden administration. Let's just talk about the illegal aliens that are getting deported from our country that shouldn't be here in the first fucking place. So, this should be everywhere. We should be so concerned right now. Not just a little concerned, really concerned. Our forests are drying out. Why? Because they're spraying shit that's causing shit to die. I can take you in matter of fact, I will later on. I'll take you in my backyard and I will show you what the fuck it's doing to plants just here in Florida. I live in the swamp. The dirty, dirty South. Right? And I can't get no rain? The Everglades are drying up. The animals are leaving and migrating north. The sun has moved further north. Started like 2 years ago because I pay attention to where the sun line is in the morning because it gets fucking hot in the house. And I need to know where I'm going to plant trees or where I'm going to do whatever. And most people would think, well, you just rent your house. Why would you do that? I do that because anything that you are staying in or supposed to be taken care of, it should look better than when it was when you moved in. There wasn't shit in the backyard. Ian took out my fucking trees, so I've been planting stuff because that's what you should do. Be a decent human being and put back into the earth that you take so much from. We got starving people here in America, and we throw tons, not just thousands of pounds, tons of food away. So I'm a little pissed, because when I see this and how much I love nature, I love the outside, I like breathing clean air, and how much I have to stay inside, or when I do go out, I have to take all kinds of bullshit just so I can fucking breathe better because of my allergies. I'm pissed. I love the ocean. I grew up on the ocean. Matter of fact, the day that my mom went and they ripped me out of her stomach, she was on the beach. But this is what we get. We get to deal with this as you know, the bunkers are being made for them to go live in with our taxpayers' money. You know, where'd all my mom's Social Security money go that she paid into it? She fucking died. She never pulled 1 cent off of it, but paid into it her whole life working. People like me and other people, you're not going to be let down into those tunnels. I'm pissed right now, and that's why my eyes are leaking. So I watched this video, and I'm going to show it to you now. And I'm so mad because people want to complain about their next pair of fucking Nikes that cost $120 or more now. When to get clean, healthy food, it is so outpriced. So I'm going to show you this, and we're going to, it's a not almost 9-minute video. We're going to watch it through, and I'll see you in a minute.
But this is the first time I've seen a whole whale.
I've lived in Alameda for most of my life, and I've never ever seen a whale washed up. I've heard of it happening in the past, but this is much bigger than the pictures that I've seen from the past.
Now, this is, as we said, the 5th dead whale to wash ashore in the Bay Area in less than a month.
Well, tonight, marine mammal specialists are on scene at the shoreline in El Segundo and Venice, trying to figure out what killed a number of dolphins and sea lions.
The marine animals washing up sick or even dead over the past several weeks, including whales, sea lions, and most notably, an unprecedented number of dolphins.
We've never seen this many dolphins strand ever that I'm aware of in Southern California.
How would you compare this year to what we've seen in the past years?
Worse, bad, horrible, scary, concerning, all those words and more.
So there are quite a few animals dead on various beaches in the area. The seabirds and the California sea lions don't usually have this problem in the same years. For I don't know why, since they eat some similar foods. But this year it's been both marine mammals and the seabirds at the same time.
But she says there are signs to cause alarm after 70 gray whales were found dead near the coast of Mexico so far this year.
So when we see, like we're seeing right now at our gray whale census, many skinny whales, even though the UME is declared closed, that's raising alarm bells. And the fact that so many gray whales have died off of Mexico.
You're right. There were 2 whales that their deaths are attributed to domoic acid. But Ed, are they saying we should be doing something? We should clean the ocean. We should be better stewards of the marine. What should we do? Can we do?
Should I be honest and tell you what one of the lifeguards told me? Very shaken by what he saw today. He said, pray. frankly, quoting him. So the point is, everybody's waiting for it to, and you know, Susan, we've seen these outbreaks before, year to year, never to this degree. Usually, as the doctor was telling us, they might affect the bird life and then the mammals, but never all together, the entire scale. So this is certainly widespread, much more severe, and they're just hoping that eventually nature will correct itself, and that's what we've seen in years prior. And if you kind of speculate, thinking, and certainly I'm no expert, to speculate and thinking if it's this severe, it may take Mother Nature a little longer to finally clear up these algae blooms.
It's heartbreaking. It's sad. Just to see, dolphins like washed on shore. It's not something that you see on a regular basis ever.
Just this week, at least 7 dolphins and a bird washed ashore dead in Venice Beach, and at least 2 sea lions were found dead on the sand in the El Segundo area. The NOAA Fisheries West Coast says a harmful algal bloom along the Southern California coast has led to the illness and death of thousands of marine animals and birds, including dolphins, whales, and sea lions.
Hopefully they can figure out exactly why this is happening, and we can do something to counter it and mitigate that.
It's the worst we've ever seen here in Southern California. It's unprecedented.
The toxic algae is also making birds sick. So take a look at this video. It's showing a sick pelican. It wandered inside a Southern California airport. Animal rescue was called in to try and help the bird, but it had a seizure and then it passed away. Officials say of the hundreds of sick birds that have come in with domoic acid poisoning, pelicans are the hardest hit. So far, 168 have received care, all but 58 have died. So I want to bring in meteorologist Darren Peck right now to talk about the toxic algae blooms. They're not new, but what causes it?
We don't have all the answers on this.
Okay.
We do have some very basic understanding that will at least help us all to kind of get a general idea of what we're seeing happen in the Pacific. But we may not be able to say exactly what to do about this or how to fix it.
Experts are sounding the alarm over hundreds of marine animals dying on California's southern coast, poisoned by a toxic algae bloom.
Yes, these levels are alarming.
Researchers say they've recovered more than 50 dead or dying dolphins in Los Angeles County in the last week. 16 dead dolphins found in San Diego on Sunday alone.
Every morning I walk my dog on the beach, and there's no less than 3 or 4 animals every single day. And a lot of it I feel like has really happened since the Palisades fires.
Experts say while the runoff from the Palisades fire is a contributing factor, it's not the main reason.
But it's sad when you see something that does beach itself.
It's the 9th or 10th gray whale to wash up this year from Washington to California.
So we're afraid we might be seeing an uptick in that, and we're not seeing many calves. This year we have our lowest southbound migration in 41 years. We have our fewest number of calves seen ever.
Elisa Schulman-Janiger has led a critical research project studying gray whales since 1979. They found what they call a UME, which is an unusual mortality event with the rate of gray whales taking a severe decline between 2019 to 2023.
And Susan, it seems this outbreak of domoic acid.
Hello, my name is Adam Ferrari, the Chief Executive Officer of Phoenix Energy. I look forward to you joining us at our next investor webinar, where you can drill deeper into our 9 to 13
is really becoming more toxic, more deadly by the very day. It started striking the marine life, as we've been reporting to you the last month and a half ago. Sea lions, pelicans, whales, and now for the very first time we are seeing dolphins fall victim to the neurotoxin. To the video, sad scene here from Skyfox just before sundown. This in Venice, 1, 2, 3 dead dolphins there being cared for by the good folks from the Ocean Animal Response and Research Alliance. All of this, if that's not sad enough, just around the bend of the bay, a couple miles away in El Segundo, dead sea lions, about a half dozen sea lions dead, washed ashore. This is over by lifeguard tower number 61. Add to all of that what we've been seeing from the pelicans affected to the whales affected. Remember the stranded minke whale a couple of weeks ago, earlier this month down in Long Beach Harbor.
Therefore forcing the whales to take a farther swim south as far as Cabo. She says gray whales are a good indicator of the ocean's overall well-being.
That gives us a warning sign that not just something wrong with gray whales, but something's very different about that ecosystem. And it could be a massive change, it could be temporary, or it could be something that can really linger and affect fisheries and all kinds of things. But we need to watch what's going to happen in the next couple of months to kind of get an idea of what the bigger story is.
Keith Matassa with the nonprofit Ocean Animal Response and Research Alliance responds to deceased marine animals and takes samples. He says the number of deaths in LA County alone is astounding.
This year, as of April 24th, we're at 223 animals for the year, including large whales, a lot of common dolphins, and California sea lions.
Experts believe the toxins are eaten by fish and affect the food chain. Experts are also concerned because many sea lions were pregnant.
This event is happening in the sea lions' last trimester, and the dolphins are also, a lot of the female dolphins are pregnant as well. So this leads us to question what's going to happen to the population.
Matassa says there could be many factors contributing to the algae bloom, including the recent wildfires and rain runoff.
All the nutrients and all the toxins that came down in the ash during the rains and washed into the ocean, that's all nutrients for something in the ocean. Algae loves little particles and they'll eat them.
Domoic acid found in the samples was 400 times higher than she's ever seen in a whale or dolphin.
So that really goes to show the amount of domoic acid that the whales have the potential to ingest, and especially humpback whales that feed on anchovies and sardines are at high risk potentially for domoic acid ingestion. And that's also why we see the sea lions and the common dolphins coming up with it, because they all share that common prey item.
Results are still pending for 2 dead gray whales that washed ashore. One was at Dockweiler State Beach in LA, the other was in Huntington Beach. Dr. Deming says the number of whales coming up on Southern California beaches is unprecedented.
Unfortunately, this is the worst domoic acid bloom we have ever seen in Southern California. The amount of animal suffering and strandings that we're seeing related to this bloom is absolutely heartbreaking.
Researchers warn these events are worsening.
So, the events are worsening. Has nothing to do with these windmill factories that are going in the ocean. It has nothing to do with what DARPA and HARP and God, we don't even know what else they're doing. But we sure do get to pay for it. You see, we've got our morals backwards. Who gets held accountable? Who's going to be held accountable for everything? When's Pam Bondi going to start releasing shit? It's been 100 days. And I don't want to hear anybody try to explain to me how the law works and how criminal shit works. They only have so much time to be able to prosecute people. So that's what running the clock out is. You see, rich people get to pay for that. Poor people get the public defender who just wants to make a name for himself. That doesn't mean they're going to do a good job. And just so you know, that's how a lot of them get their schooling paid for. You go and you work for the state after your schooling and they take care of your student loans. Also, fun fact that most people don't know, that a lot of these cops can go and further their law education if they choose to, and we get to pay for every bit of it. You see, we get to pay for everybody else's education but our own. And rich people, and these people that are bitching about Colombia and all these other places getting all this money, well, what about that smart little poor kid who's trying to get out of the situation who can't? Oh, if they give up their man card or their woman card, or if they do things that they shouldn't be doing, or they don't want to do, because that's why most of them go crazy. We live in America's a real fucked up place to live in. And I kind of just realized that, and I love my country, and I want it to get back to where people can live again. You can go outside and your skin doesn't feel itchy anymore. You can sit on your back porch and enjoy it in the morning time when you feed the birds and they're all out there. Maybe a little bit of rain. Bless you. But mean, how long are we going to let them blow smoke up our fucking asses? Things that need to be talked about aren't talked about. Like the fact that there's constantly spraying nanobots on everybody, everything. We think they're just, what is that? I can't even say the word. So the animals will start attacking more. You're already seeing it in most of the news. It's not normal for an alligator to dump over a canoe and eat a person. That's not normal. That shit don't happen. They usually just leave you alone. They don't knock your canoe over and eat you. Bears don't go into trailers and eat people and their dogs. That just happened. I'm telling you stories that just happened here in Florida. Animals can't decide in between which humans are good and which ones are bad. All of us are bad to them. We are poisoning them. As we poison ourselves. Make sure you pick up your dog poop, because don't let that fertilizer get into the ground. They talk about your dog poop being high in nitrates. That's why you got to pick them all up. Because it gets into the water system. What about the nitrates coming off of the sugar farm down on Okeechobee? The Caloosahatchee River. Okeechobee's the lake. Caloosahatchee is the river that goes into that lake. Why is it that our side gets more affected than Miami? That same lake has an outlet on that side. Our coral reefs are dying down in the Keys. Is it what they're spraying in the air or what they're letting loose in the oceans, in their underground cities they have down there with their underground railroad systems? Just like the railroad systems they got underground all throughout America with their secret places. It's national security. Those are my two favorite words. That's when you're getting bullshitted. It's national security. I don't give a fuck. You're national security and you're shit all over us. Animals will be attacking more. A lot more. Babies will die. Animal babies, human babies. Is it going to be this year? Birth rate's already been going down for the last 2 decades. But we're too worried about our Gucci bags and our Nikes. Right? More important. And most people are going to say, well, you believe in God. Why would God let that happen? Why'd you let it happen? You sit in your pews. Then you go home, get hammered, do it up, cuss at the kids all day. But don't worry, you'll be in church on Wednesday. Go back on Sunday. And then you look down on everybody else. Go fuck yourself. Because when the shit does start to really, really go down, the people you're going to be looking for help are people like me. And I'm going to help you. Because that's what I was raised for. I was raised to help out shitty people. You think I don't want any of this? To tell you the truth, you could have asked me 5 years ago and I would have never told you I was going to have a YouTube channel. Ever. I wasn't going to get involved. I didn't give a shit about those stupid ass bitches outside the the abortion clinics. I thought they all looked like fucking assholes. On both sides, okay? You will not put me in your groups. My name is Angela Fag. My name is Angela Fag. I'm not going to be put in any of your groups. Other people do matter to me. You know, my whole life they've called me a little crazy and nuts. I've been talking about all this shit in your food for years because I went to culinary school. I love food. I love watching people eat too. And not as in like some fantasy shit, as in like when people, this is how it used to be because it's not this way anymore when you go out and you see people in restaurants. Families don't talk, they're all on their phone. And if tell you the truth, that shit hurts me to the core. Sitting at my table, on my porch or in my house or whatever, I don't want you on your phone. You came here to visit me, you came here to talk to me, not to be on your phone. And if you can't respect that, then you gotta go. Because you're not here to visit me, you're here to sit in my house and be on your phone. But people don't think like that. I like watching families be together because the shitty family that I had, I still miss those moments of us acting like assholes to each other, and people take so much for granted. Maybe you won't. Maybe you won't. I do see things out there that are good. But most of it, pretty shitty. And you see, I have deep love inside of me for other people. Even though they hate me, I still give a shit. And that's one thing I can never change about myself, and I won't let anybody take that out of me. So just know, I don't care if I know you or not. I do love you. I don't care if you're weird. I do kind of little care about people smelling bad because I have bad allergies and I can smell really good. That's something we would have to work on. But the weird stuff, I take people for who they are. And there's a lot of people out there that I've met that were real decent people. But this shit that I'm seeing, I'm fucking Antifa. They were hidden for 4 years that their country was being taken away from them, and we're supposed to take the little bastards serious. I'm mad. And I actually give a shit. But on that note, you always have to remember that somebody out there really does love you. Even when you're sitting in that house by yourself and you're crying and you're trying to make sense to all this bullshit that's going on, there's one person out there that loves you. And if you get to see this video, know it that I love you. But there's always two others. No matter how much they try to explain it away. God does love you, and so does Jesus. And I also love you. So, have a good rest of your day.
You is kind, you is smart, you is important. You is smart, you is kind, you is important. Oh, that's so good.